All right, we've got a few updates this week coming at you from our new office out here in Nampa, Idaho. More about that and your weekly breakdown coming right up. Hey, what's up guys? It's Michael McAllister with Empower LO. I am here with you in my new office. I will show you guys around at some point. It's actually kind of comical. We took 14 people, we were in 3,100 square feet, and now we're down to 1,300 square feet. It's crazy. I'm talking a little quieter, the lighting's messed up, but I don't know how long this is gonna last. There's a long story behind it that we'll explain more later on, but here we are. Really excited to share with you guys the updates from this week's weekly breakdown. This week we've got updates on the technical side, as well as a couple really cool things in the email builder. So let's jump in. All right, first up, a really easy, nice and easy, fun update for you. We have 15 new templates available in the website builder, the funnel builder, and the email builder. So new templates are great. This makes it so that it's easier for you as a loan officer who doesn't have a ton of design background to pick and choose something that resembles what it is that you want and kind of tweak it from there. This saved me a ton of time when picking landing page builders back when I was starting this. I was always looking for landing page builders that had the best templates to start with. So we're really excited about them continuing to invest in the template library. Next up, this is kind of a weird feature, and I'm hoping that somebody in here has a use case for this, but if not, whatever, I'll share it here anyways. We now have the ability to import courses from Kajabi with a tool that they have, basically a course importer. So again, I don't know a ton of loan officers that are doing courses, and definitely don't know a ton of loan officers that are doing courses with Kajabi, but this is a really cool feature that a lot of the community was excited about, those that were doing courses. This kind of stepped up HighLevel's playing field, stepped up the playing field, right? Stepped up the level that HighLevel was playing at when it comes to their courses specifically. All right, next up, a huge improvements to the forms builder, where you now have the ability to use conditional logic as a way to show and hide fields. This is something that limited HighLevel's logic as far as their form logic and what you could do with it. The fact that you now are able to hide fields or show fields based on what somebody answered in a previous field is going to take us a lot further to having a fully built out, robust form builder inside of HighLevel. Next up, I'm not going to go into the weeds with this, but we do have some conversation AI bot enhancements. They just like some technical jargon for what they're doing to improve the communication with ChatGPT and making sure that the prompts stay persistent and carry over from one conversation to the next. Again, a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo, but point is they're investing heavily into conversation AI, which is exciting for us because we are, as I explained, I think 2 weeks ago in our last weekly breakdown, we're jumping in with both feet at this point in the conversation AI. So stay tuned for more updates from us at Empower about that. Next up, we've got a mobile app update. As far as new functionality, it looks like the new functionality is limited to being able to decipher between WhatsApp messages and live chat messages. This isn't a huge deal for any loan officers, but anytime we see a mobile app update, typically things get smoother. Other things are getting fixed in the background that we maybe didn't even know were issues. So anytime we just love mobile app updates, and so anytime I see this on here, I want to shout it out. Make sure that you check the App Store, the Play Store, make sure that your app is up to date, because you want that when you're moving forward, working those leads. All right, next up in the email builder, we have a massive enhancement to our ability to send videos. And this is now Loom videos are supported inside the email builder. This is huge for those of you guys that use BombBomb or have used BombBomb in the past. The functionality that you're looking for in HighLevel is the ability to send a BombBomb link. And the reason you look for that is because it plays a really cool little animated preview of what the video is going to look like. It gives you some tracking abilities. Well, Loom supports the ability to do all of that. I'm not a BombBomb user, never have been, but I do know that the comparison has been made many times between BombBomb and Loom. Loom is great. You have a mobile app on your phone where you can record just with your camera. You can do screen recordings, lots of cool stuff. We use Loom all the time. Well, now you have the ability to select a Loom link as your video type inside of the email builder. So if you go into email builder and you take the video module, you drag it over to your design, you're going to be able to edit, you'll be able to edit the settings of that video module, and you'll be able to specify, do I want it to be a YouTube video? Do I want it to be a Vimeo, a Wistia link? Like, you specify what type of link you're giving it. Well, now you have the option to share a Loom link, which means that animated preview that you're looking for will go out. Again, you have to have Loom to be able to do this. But if you use BombBomb now you have a reason to make the switch. All right, next up, just a little shout out to HighLevel, specifically their new Domain Connect functionality. This is something that they've been building out over time, but from our experience, we've used HighLevel for a long time, and we've had to manage DNS settings with HighLevel for a long time, as far as mapping, mapping DNS settings to be able to make sure that, the domain Idaho Mortgage Source, for example, goes to the funnels inside of HighLevel, right? That's the process of managing those DNS settings. Well, they've made it really easy depending on who your domain provider is, whether it's GoDaddy or Cloudflare, I think is another popular one. But depending on what provider you use for your domain, they've made it really easy for you to just log in with those credentials and automatically update your DNS settings. So there was an update on this feature specifically. I wanted to make sure I shouted it out. Really cool functionality for loan officers, because most loan officers, even if they know how to go out and buy themselves a domain, they don't necessarily know what to do with it at that point. Well, HighLevel just made that way easier for you. All right, next up, some update to the calendar functionality. We now have the ability to set reoccurring limited availability. So if we want, for example, if you want to say this calendar is only available every Thursday from this time to this time, you now have the ability to do that. You also have the ability to create almost like blackout dates. So you have the ability to create blackout dates where you define your availability is going to be different or limited entirely from your normal availability on this calendar. So think like holidays or days off, or planned off days of any sort. Being able to go in and define that and just block out that day instead of having to make massive adjustments to your calendar to make sure that you don't, or even block it out on your actual physical calendar if that's not what you want to do. All right, next up, another shout out to a feature that I'm not going to go too deep into, but this is the IVR functionality of HighLevel. So this is something that HighLevel has been very invested in. We aren't very well versed with it. We don't have a ton of experience with it. IVR stands for inbound voice routing, I believe. I might have made that up, but it's close to that, and that's what it means basically. It's being able to set up a system that manages inbound calls. So think you call your branch and it says press 1 for sales, or press 2 for support, or maybe it's press 1 for loan officer A, press 2 for loan officer B. That functionality exists inside of HighLevel. You literally can use HighLevel and the combination of HighLevel and your Twilio numbers to replace any phone system that you use currently as a broker. Obviously, if you're a retail lender, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that you're not going to be able to adjust. But as a broker, if you wanted to replace your entire phone system and just use HighLevel and the Twilio numbers associated with it, you could, thanks to this IVR functionality. So check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to dive deeper on this with somebody. All right, next up, community updates. This is just a major enhancement to notifications inside of the community. So again, I'm highlighting this here almost as a reminder to myself that we want to continue to keep our finger on the pulse of this feature. And we have a lot of plans and ways that we can help bolster community for loan officers using this feature. And so I saw this and I wanted to shout it out. Again, if you're looking to build a community, and maybe it's a community of real estate agents, maybe it's a community of prospective home buyers, whatever it is, and you want to pull that off of social media, off of Facebook, more power to you. I encourage that a ton. Use HighLevel to do so. HighLevel has a built-in function called communities that will allow you to do that, and they continue to make major enhancements to that feature every week. All right, last up, for those of you guys that don't know, we at EmpowerLO, we allow our clients to have multiple sub-accounts. Okay, so we are an agency. EmpowerLO is an agency. We have an agency account with HighLevel. Okay, but we can have, as that agency, we can have as many of the sub-accounts, as many accounts, HighLevel accounts as we want without paying anything. And so what you have to pay for is the usage, right? You have to pay for the text messages that get sent, the emails that get sent, etc. And so we allow our clients to set up as many of those sub-accounts as it makes sense for them and their business through working with our success managers. Well, one of the reasons that we do this is because HighLevel supports a lot of really cool functionality that makes it so that having multiple accounts is not nearly as big of a deal as it sounds. Most people, when they think multiple accounts, they think logging in and out of different platforms, but this is different. This allows you to toggle between accounts very easily. It's very smooth, and we also have the ability to perform workflow actions between accounts that the same person is an admin of. So for example, copy contact, that's what this is about. It's an update to the copy contact workflow action. If you have multiple sub accounts, you have the ability to create a workflow action inside of any of your workflows that is copy contact, and it will take the existing contact that you have and it will copy it, tags, fields, and all, depending on how you configure it. It'll copy that to another sub account that you're an admin of. Really cool feature. We don't have a ton of experience with it. We have a couple clients that use it. We have used it internally a couple times, but a really cool feature, especially for those of you that see the vision of having multiple sub accounts, whether it's I need one for my agents, I need one for my internet leads, I need one for my pipeline, whatever it is. Being able to copy contact information from one account to the other makes it just that much cleaner, that much smoother for you to manage the multiple accounts. All right, guys, that was it. That is this week's weekly breakdown. We had a lot to share with you because we had 2 weeks worth of updates. Next week, we'll make sure that we'll be dropping this on the regular Thursday, so stay tuned for that. A reminder, we do not have our Zoom room. However, this week we will be hosting our first, we're not gonna call it a Zoom room, but it's basically a Zoom room for our actual clients, for our paying clients. So not only do they get access to our dedicated success manager, right? Our clients, not only do they get access to that dedicated success manager, but now we also are having those dedicated success managers do a weekly call for anybody that wants to meet in between those meetings. So that will be happening on Friday, which will be tomorrow when you watch this. We're excited about that. We'll share with you what that was like. I imagine that's going to be a very, even just one more reason to sign up as an Empower Elite member. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the top.